Happy Friday, guys. Hope you're all doing well. It's your boy Stas here. Of course, got my double espresso on deck as always. Cheers, by the way. I appreciate you all for tuning in, as guess what? The market right now is in the green. Yes, pinch me, guys. I must be dreaming because every index is looking good. The VIX is down over 8%, and we have stocks like Rivian moving 30%. Coinbase is up over 17%. We have some high flyers, and we're going to break them down. Coinbase reported earnings. Rivian's numbers dropped. We're going to talk about Toast, which had a ridiculous overreaction to the downside, and now it's up almost 8% on the day. So we'll break down a bunch of stocks, what I'm doing, where my head's at on this Friday. So guys, hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. We're on the road to 100,000 subs on YouTube, and 50% of you watch the content, but you're not subscribing. So if that's you, make sure to subscribe, follow along, do all that. And again, cheers. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Let's get into it. So it's currently about 1:15 on the East Coast. And again, we are up across the board. And it's not a ridiculous green day, but, well, I guess the Russell's up almost 2%. So the small caps are seeing a ridiculous green day, but the Qs are up 0.8%, SPY's up about 0.6%, the Dow's up 0.5%, roughly 0.5%. So nice green day, beautiful green day, but it's not a ridiculous green day. But still, man, compared to what we've seen, I'll take it. This is beautiful. We're seeing some momentum, building up in the stock market, which is great. So let's cover these indices quickly. Let's look at SPY. See what's going on here. So SPY's breaking back over 685, which is great. You guys see here, clearly we're putting in, we put in already another higher low right at this trend line right here at about 678. That's a good sign. Now we're pushing, like I said, the mid-high 680s, and we're right at these moving averages on this 4-hour time frame at about 688, 690. That's a big resistance coming up, and I think if we take that out, we fill the gap to 700, 698. So SPY's heading in the right direction, but we got to get through 688 to 690. And on the Qs, let's pull this up. We are not really pushing through, like SPY necessarily. It doesn't look as good on the charts, but still, man, we're fighting to put in a higher low here. Tech stocks are moving, baby steps, right? We're looking pretty decent. Now, if we push through, let's say 610, 615, 620, that's where momentum will build, but we're not quite there yet. But overall, we're putting in higher lows exactly where we want to see them, and you can argue that we have an ascending triangle on the Qs, which is bullish. We have higher lows being made into that 635, 640 resistance, which ultimately I think is going to break. I've been saying that, and again, the fact that we're seeing these higher lows, very good sign. Now we just have to get the breakout, a push out of these moving averages, which needs to happen above 615, 620, and we'll see how that goes. So what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments. Silver, gold, let's see what they're looking like. Silver's up 3%, not bad. Gold's up 2%, but both of those charts I'm not loving at the moment, especially silver, considering, it's breaking down. We covered that in the last couple of videos, lower lows, lower highs. Not loving that. And Bitcoin is up 5.5%. This is seeing a little bit of upside today. We're trying to push back over 70K per coin, and the Bitcoin chart looks decent. On the max chart, buyers are coming in exactly where you want to see them, right by this moving average. So we'll see if that continues. Now, let's cover some companies. Toast is the only one that I own on the list today that we're going to talk about, and Toast reported earnings yesterday. Their stock's up over 7% today, and initially when the company reported earnings, it saw a spike, but then it tanked to 22.50, 22.25. It was down at one point, 15% in the aftermarket. So talk about a swing from down 15% to now up 7%. We're talking about a 25-30% swing there, and it makes complete sense to me why we saw this swing back up. I was on the call yesterday, and I advise you guys, if you own individual stocks, listen to the conference calls, pay attention, listen to the Q&A. There's a lot of fear around AI, software, what's going to happen here. And Toast is in that space with their restaurant management software. And they navigated the landscape in the call yesterday beautifully. And in fact, they launched an AI tool called, what's it called again? I think Think IQ. Oh my God, Toast IQ, right, is what it's called. And that's actually helping restaurateurs, right? Helping them with management even better, right? So they're using in-house AI tools, right, for their platform, which is helping again run these restaurants. And if you think that AI is just going to completely disrupt everything software, I just disagree. I just don't see it. And especially here in the restaurant space, these products are sticky, right? When a restaurant, a company has Toast, they're using Toast as their POS system to run everything, right? It's super sticky. The management team, learns the product. The employees learn the product. And to switch to another complete, solution, management software, it's a pain in the butt. And Toast is the best. It's the premier restaurant product, and they focus on restaurants only, right? And now they're expanding into drive-throughs. That's going to be exciting. Some other things they're doing, but yeah, the market, I think the algos sold it off in the aftermarket like crazy, and it was just too much. And now we're seeing that ridiculous snapback, which I am not surprised. This company is going to use AI within their business in-house with this Toast IQ, and it's been doing very well. They launched it like 4 or 5 months ago, and it's been doing well. The customers love it, and they're growing nicely. The company reported Q4 revenue of $1.63 billion. That beat the 1.62, and EPS of 16 cents rather versus 12 cents. So double beat, and the company authorized a $500 million increase to their share repurchase program, which is great. It looks like here we got some price targets. Oppenheimer adjusted Toast price target to 39 from 48. Outperform rating looks like UBS put it to 40 from 50. Buy rating, Citigroup has a buy rating, lowers it to 42. And I couldn't agree more. I added more shares of Toast earlier this week, and at this point, yeah, software stocks are getting thrown in the trash. We're seeing multiple compression, but I think we're going to get out of this rubble, if you will, or this mess, this disaster. We're gonna get out of it and see opportunities. We're gonna look back and be like, oh, that was an opportunity. That was an opportunity. And yes, some software companies, stocks, they're gonna be in trouble, no doubt. But is everyone gonna be in trouble? No. And I think Toast is being sucked into this, and I think it's going to be an opportunity. I think it is an opportunity now for the long term. So yeah, I'm long. I own a couple hundred shares, nothing too crazy, right? But yeah, I'm in the stock, slowly been adding it here on the drawdown the last couple of months. And my average is right around $32 a share, so I'm pretty happy with that. And ideally, if we get another drop down to $20, which I think would be insane. We got the 22 yesterday, like I said. I'll buy my next batch of shares and get that cost down under $30. I think long term, 2, 3, 4, 5 years out, this is going to be, we're going to look back and be like, oh, this is a great company, great buy. I could see this being a $50 billion company, $40 billion company down the line, and now it's like a 15, 18. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Toast, good earnings, strong company. Their moat, I think, is solid. Yeah, there's competition, but when it comes to the restaurant management space, Toast is the dominant player. And AI, I mean, sure, it could destroy Toast in 5 years. Who knows, right? I mean, I just don't think it will. I think it'll only enhance what they already have going on. And what they have, the platform is super sticky. And customers, once they're on this and see that their restaurant's running great, phenomenally with the software, with the product, why would they want to switch? You know what I mean? Unless we get another crazy great product from another company, right? But I think Toast is going to keep expanding, keep innovating, keep making it better, using AI to make it better, and that's exciting. So Rivian, number 2, Rivian. It's up 28%. Holy freaking smokes, guys. Rivian reported earnings. Their stock was destroyed into earnings, by the way. It was down about 40% into the print. And now we're obviously up 27%. So Rivian reported earnings per share. Let's see here, guys. Where the heck are these numbers? No, they were yesterday on second thought. Yeah, I forgot. They were yesterday after the bell. So adjusted EPS for Q4 came in at 54 cents. They lost that 54 cents. A loss of 54 cents versus the loss of 68 cents expected. So that beat, and sales beat 1.28 billion versus 1.27 billion. So double beat out of Rivian. And let's see, anything else? I mean, yeah, they got to have some more metrics here. Double beat, R2 on track for Q2, delivery guidance of 62 to 67,000. So the fact that R2's on track for Q2, that's a good sign. Anything else guidance-wise for Rivian? Looks like Deutsche Bank upgraded them to a buy, $23 price target. And let's see, UBS has them at a neutral. They upgraded them to neutral from sell with a $16 price target. Looks like Benchmark maintains buy on the company with a $25 price target. So a lot of revisions there, but it seems like the street is bullish for the most part. And at this point, guys, we do have a head and shoulders, keep in mind, kind of in the making right here. We have the left shoulder. Boom, you guys see it, the head, boom. Got the right shoulder. I butchered that, but bear with me here. And as of this video, we're approaching the neckline. We're literally at it at 18 a share. So if Rivian fails to break through here, guys, well, I got some bad news on the charts. We might be coming down in the short term, right? This head and shoulders might play out, but we're not seeing that yet. Keyword is yet. So that's Rivian. Let's look at Coinbase, also going bananas right now, 17% in the green. Coinbase is rallying after earnings. They reported EPS adjusted of 66 actually, which beat the 64 cents expected on sales of 1.78 billion versus 1.84 billion. So they missed on sales, beat on EPS, which is good. Let's see, anything on guidance? I'm not seeing anything on guidance here, but I would love to dive deeper into the report and see if they even gave any guidance. It looks like here we have a couple buy ratings, a bunch of buy ratings, overweight, actually, as, I mean, it kind of makes sense. The stock's down so much, and we're in a nasty bear market for crypto. And, you know, if you're interested in crypto, you know, buying equities that are related to crypto, now might not be a bad idea. You know, I'm not in Coinbase. In fact, the only crypto stock I own is DeFi Technologies, which is a ridiculously speculative stock that I'm down on. But, you know, for me, I'm not interested too much in owning a bunch of crypto stocks. All I'm in is Bitcoin and DeFi Technologies. And if I had to buy another one, I would buy Coinbase, you know, if I had to. But for me, I don't want a crazy amount of exposure there. If anything, I kind of want a moonshot, which in this case is DeFi Technologies. And I know it's not looking pretty. I know we're down. I'm down. You know, I know a lot of you guys are down as well, but I think this could still be a great play. If, you know, when crypto, Bitcoin bounces back, this company has great fundamentals. On a side note, DeFi, they have a ton of cash, no debt, they're growing. It's just artificially shorted, right? The crypto stocks are out of favor. Trust me, guys, this company is strong, but they're being manipulated at the end of the day. And we're not going to get into that rabbit hole today, but I think for me, that's all I need for crypto. Bitcoin, of course, you got to have that if you're a crypto person, and an equity or two. That's all I need. And DeFi, man, I'm in at $1.40 average cost, something like that. So I'm down. But I think this could be a $5 to $10 stock one day. And that is where, you know, I see that multi-bag moonshot potential, where I don't really see that on Coinbase. You know, so if I'm buying a crypto equity at this point, I need to see multi-bagger potential. And sure, Coinbase could double here. go back to 400. But I mean, all right, I rather have 5, 10 X potential, but we'll see. We'll see. Who knows, right? Coinbase could be a $1,000 stock one day. Pinterest is crashing. On a side note, 17% down. I doubt this will ever be a $1,000 stock, guys. Pinterest is down, and this company's probably cooked long term. They're in trouble. They're trading at the same price they were at a long time ago. I mean, yeah, guys, they're pretty much almost at all-time lows. When your stock is at all-time lows, that's not a good sign. We're not trending in the right direction. And I mean, is Pinterest really a great business? It's a decent business, you know. I mean, it's okay, but clearly it's out of favor. Clearly it's losing steam. It has been for years, and it's more catered towards women, right? And which is not bad. I mean, women are the majority consumers in the world. I think like 70%, at least in America, of products are bought by women or something like that. That's why advertisements are catered towards women a lot. But it seems like women are falling out of favor with Pinterest. You know, this was a company that anecdotally my wife would always use when we were in college growing up. Like when Pinterest was really popular. I'm talking like 10 to 12 years ago. And I don't think she uses it anymore. You know, that's just me. But it's like, the company's struggling. It's pretty clear in the stock price. They missed EPS and they missed on sales. Their sales guidance is pretty weak for Q1. So Pinterest, not a fan, but I'm keeping an eye on it anyway. Why not? Maybe for a short, if anything. And Applied Materials is ripping. On a side note, AMAT is the ticker. This one's up a ton. It's up 8.5%. AMAT reported EPS, let's see here, guys, adjusted of 238 versus 220 on sales of 7.01 billion versus 6.87 billion. So double beat out of Applied Materials, and their guidance is pretty good. For EPS, oh my God, AMAT's Q2 adjusted EPS guidance is 244 to 284 versus 228 expected on sales of, let's see, 7.15 to 8.15 billion versus 7 billion expected. So they guided up, beautiful, and the stock's up 8%. Now imagine if Nvidia does something similar in 2 weeks. If they guide up, if they do that, this stock's going to go crazy in my opinion. And it's my biggest stock for a reason, guys. Not just for that, but I think long term this company is going to do great things, even greater things than they've done already, with everything coming down the pipeline: robotics, automation, full self-driving cars. Nvidia's chips are going to be everywhere, and more than what people think, right now. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. A little bit of a long video today, 18 minutes. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Drop an emoji if you stuck till the end, a money emoji, fire emoji, chart emoji, rocket emoji, whatever it is. Let me know in the comments, and make sure to subscribe and join the Patreon if you want to work together more one-on-one. See my portfolio updates every week. We're investing $750 a week right now, and I'm posting all my trades, investments, everything, guys, full transparency, and you get access to my private Discord. That is all linked down below, again, pinned in the comments, or go to stassurfest.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you all in the next video.